It is currently National Co-Responder and Crisis Responder Week. These are, of course, mental health professionals who respond to calls with police officers when they're coming across people who are experiencing mental health crises.
Yeah, Denver 7's Maggie Bryan is joining us live outside the Northglenn Police Department. And Maggie, we've actually seen a lot of these programs really take off across Colorado. And you were saying at Northglenn, they're also seeing a lot more people now using it.
Yeah, Dan and Anusha, the unit manager says some people feel very safe around police officers, but they understand the presence of a uniformed officer can cause more fear for someone who's already in a crisis. That's why she says this unit is so important when we talk about de-escalating situations. She says over the years, they have consistently seen more and more calls because more people in this community know about what they do. More officers here are turning to them for assistance out on calls, and more people are using the co-response unit's case management resources outside of calling 911. So these are calls for people who may be going through some thoughts of suicide, who might be using substances, or families that need help and they don't know where to turn, so they call 911. These are calls that are not criminal or large public safety threats, but a big part of the crisis response unit's job is de-escalating situations, like I mentioned, and intervening with resources before people may turn to violence.
We've walked alongside them through court processes, through medical emergencies, with their families, reconnecting people to support systems that they had long lost. And once you get to know the person and you can establish that rapport and the trust, then we see a lot of success in connecting with that person and moving them forward.
This graph here shows the number of interactions the unit has had with community members since 2022. You can see it has increased each year. That orange bar represents just how many they've had through September of this year, but the unit says they expect to reach far more people, totaling a 78% increase in calls since 2022. Now, the team has 5 mental health professionals. I wanted to know if they think that's enough people to continue to responding, especially when they're seeing such a large increase in calls. Anusha, the unit manager, says they recently received some grant money, so they're going to be able to add 2 more people to their team. And then after 2026, they're going to assess staffing levels again and see if they're meeting the community's needs. Live in Northglenn, I'm Maggie Bryan, Denver 7.
Yeah, Maggie, basically scaling up and finding enough clinicians has been something that a lot of the different programs are dealing with. So thank you so much for that update.